It's Heidi here from Heidi Helps, the Philippines made easy, your dreams made possible. We're live here at Heather Medical Aesthetic Clinic. Shout out to Dr. Kayula for allowing us to do this interview here. If you ever want to get aesthetic services, just come to Margate. They're located at the second floor, and I'm sure you'll get all the nice things you'll get here. So, without further ado, I have a special guest with me here, my very good friend Flo. Hi, Flo. Thank you so much.
Hi guys.
Hi, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. This is like, I know it was it last minute or were you okay with all of this?
I was totally okay, no worries.
You're totally okay.
I have time.
Yeah.
I have time lately.
Okay, so let's tell people who you are. You're a very interesting person, and that's why I really wanted to interview you. So Flo is actually a practicing chiropractor here in the Philippines, and he's also a rapper. So tell us about...
Oh no, oh, you go with that. Okay.
So Flo, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Florian. I am 34 years old now. I am a French guy, as she said. I came here in the Philippines, and more especially in Cebu, 4 years ago. Now, and I came here to work in a company as a chiropractor. When I arrived here, I didn't know the country at all, and I was like, well, let's see. I think it's like a country that has a border with China. That's really what I thought, to tell you the truth. And so yeah, finally I started to love this country, and what was supposed to be a 1 year maximum trip here, but now I am staying here a little bit. So I love that, and yeah, one of my passion is music. Okay. Anyway.
Was that a secret? Was I not supposed to say that?
No, you can. Why you can?
Okay.
People will hear about one day or another. Yeah, okay.
So what do you like most about the Philippines? So it looks like you've stayed for a while now. How many years have you stayed here also?
So it's 4 years now, and what I like is mostly I will say, first of all, the weather, of course. Where I come from in France, like right now we are in August now, right? Right now it's okay, but most of the year in France you cannot wear that.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a short. It's like, wow, I like that. Whereas in France now, it's most of the time wearing pants, wearing jacket. So that's the first thing. And aside from that, I really like people here, like the Filipino mentality. It's nothing original, I know, but it's really something that is enjoyable. The warmth from you Filipino is amazing, more especially in Cebu.
Yeah.
There is something different with Manila. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for saying that. Did you have any challenges, of adapting here in the Philippines while living here compared to being in France?
Do you mean didn't you have? Because yeah, I had so many. I had so many since the beginning. Actually, it's a big challenge. When I arrived in the Philippines, one of my first impression was, okay, when do I leave? Because really I didn't like it much. So one of the challenge for foreigners is we come here mostly for European, I guess, but we like to have really a healthy lifestyle. And when you arrive here, and there are two things: there is the food, and there is the absence of park or pedestrian site.
Yes.
That makes things to have like natural workout, just like out, just walking. That is just like natural way to lose weight, to be healthy. But you cannot hear. You start getting your motorcycle, and that's the way here to move. Actually, so that was one of the challenges. The pollution.
Yes.
And the traffic to finish were the main ones. So that's it. No, not so much aside from that.
Okay. So you're a chiropractor. How did you start being a chiropractor?
Long story short, let's say, because there are many versions, but I was in construction before on building site manager in Paris, and I hated my life, and so I just had an opportunity to study again and to go in something I enjoy doing. I had a friend that was trying to drag me for a long time in her field. She was studying chiropractic, and so I decided myself to follow her, and yeah, that's how I discovered this job and this wonderful field.
Yeah. So how long have you been practicing chiropractic here in the Philippines?
In the Philippines, for about the same time that I arrived here, so 4 years now that I am practicing chiropractic in the Philippines.
So is there a difference on how people, like Filipinos, react to the chiropractic sessions compared to people living abroad?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So much. At the point that it would make me have like a hard time, I guess, at least the first months. If I go back to France, let's say, and I open a clinic there, at first I would be, oh yeah, I forgot the patient, or like that here. So yeah, actually, the good thing here is that the patients are way more easily following the instructions than in France.
Okay.
Like in France, there is way more. Okay, the doctor said that, but I'm sure he's nah because I read on internet that it's not true. Things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah. What is a common problem that Filipinos normally complain about when they come to see you?
I would say mostly it's low back pain. Okay, so it will be one of the most common things. Here, for example, you have really a lot of so patient that will spend a lot of time on their computer, and that will be my most patient. So active, middle age or getting old age adult patient. So mostly between like 40 and 60 years old. Okay, but we have younger than that, and but if you ask what is the most what I have, it's that are working on the computer.
Yeah.
We have also a lot of BPO patients that are coming, and mostly spending a long time on the computer with a bad posture.
Yeah.
As you can see a lot in the Philippines, this kind,
that kind.
of
I'm
posture.
guilty of that one also.
we already had this discussion before, and yeah, that's one of the most thing that I noticed. I always, it's something that I notice even at the gym that I want to tell to everybody, oh, be careful, please. It's not allowed to be like that when you are 35 years old. I'm sorry. And so that's one of the most thing. Aside from that, we have a lot of scoliosis.
Oh,
and I used to have a little bit less now, but I used to have a lot of patient working abroad, so OFW, that will have really a responsibility for the entire family to be healthy, to be able to go on the boat. And so that's one of the patients that I usually have.
Wow, that's very interesting. I'm actually one of Flo's patients also, and he's had a lot of feedback for me.
Yes.
So you're very interesting because you're a foreigner practicing a profession here in the Philippines. How did you manage to do that when you came here?
So to get so we have how can I say that there is here an institution that is responsible for all the chiropractor that who want to practice here in the Philippines. They will literally make a complete assessment. At the beginning, I thought it will be a few questions, but no, they are following you for 3 or 4 months. You have to explain cases, and all of that is assessed by real chiropractors trained in the US that came back in the Philippines and who will make sure that you are not coming here, that you don't have a fake diploma, literally. That I didn't get my diploma thanks to Photoshop. And that's it. And aside from that, you have a certain amount of certificate to get, but from your own country to show that obviously you are a good doctor.
Ah, I see. And then, so you're staying here long term also, and while practicing your profession, you also need to get a visa here in the Philippines. So what
Yes.
visa are you on currently?
So I am on a quota visa, so the definitive one for foreigners here. Who I think quota because they have a certain amount that they can deliver in a year, but it's more your field than mine, I guess. And yes, I was able to get one like that.
Yeah.
You have to pay a certain amount.
Yes.
That is not really cheap.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
but with what you have to spend. I mean, compared to what you have to spend to get a working visa every year, and how, I would say, a bit annoying it is. You have to go to Manila sometimes. Sometimes they will say, okay, no, not this year. Whereas nothing changed compared to last year when you applied. And you don't really understand one year they deliver it, 1 year they don't deliver. If at this time you have to make a travel, that's what happened to me last year. I was okay, but I am going to France. Oh, okay, so we will put you in tourist visa, etc.
Yes.
Wow, the amount of stress, the amount of money you have to pay every time you apply. Well, I'm so happy to have my quota visa.
Yes, exactly.
It's really relieving.
Yeah. So for the information of the audience, the quota visa is actually a non-immigrant visa here in the Philippines where they only approve 50 nationalities per country per year. So Flo was lucky to get his quota visa because they only approve 50 French people every year.
That's me.
So it's a really good visa to have, especially if you're planning to live long term in the Philippines. Is that something that you see? Do you plan on living long term here in the Philippines?
If you invest in the quota visa, I would say that if I leave before spending at least 5 years here, that would be a fail. So yeah, I really plan to spend at least few years here. I really feel myself comfortable in this country.
Yes.
I have really a good group of friends, and that's super important for me.
Yes.
That you are part of them, of course. And I feel comfortable where I work. My colleagues are very nice, and so no, yeah, I enjoy living here, and yeah, I plan to stay for a long time.
Oh, that's really good to hear. So aside from workflow, what do you do for fun here?
Lately, because due to an injury
Yes,
on the motorcycle, I can say that my usual, let's say, pastime changed. But mostly what is amazing to do in this country is to just travel. So not even super far from here, Cebu has this wonderful thing is that with 30 minutes driving let's say in the direction of the mountain, you already feel that you are in another place. It's really province style.
Yeah.
If you go towards the south, it's maybe 45 minutes, maybe 1 hour before you really feel that you are like not in a city anymore. You can start to have wonderful beaches, you can have wonderful, sorry for the accent, and you can start having like wonderful landscape where you can just chill. And that's one of my favorite activities, just strolling around, on this island.
Which you made us do. So during Flo's birthday, where I was actually there, he made us walk for 2 hours.
Oh, we can speak about that. That's typical Filipino. 2 hours, oh my gosh, that was terrible. It was actually not even a big hiking. It was a little stroll.
It was a little stroll where I almost gave up and almost hailed a taxi, a tricycle for me to get back up the mountain. But it was a really good birthday.
That's the Filipino stuff. You see, like, I don't want to walk. Can I have a motorcycle? Dude, that's 500 meters.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but we don't have sidewalks, so how can we walk?
We were in the province. My gosh. I love that. I love you guys.
Yeah. So if I hope you don't mind me asking, but I also want to ask about I've heard you rap a lot of times. So how did you get into that?
Whoa, that's a long time ago. Patient, like writing since I am 13 or 12 years old, something like that. And it's just that I just wanted initially to have, I think it's something that happened in France. One night we had like a kind of freestyle, like open mic style, freestyle with some other French guys, and I tried. And I was terrible, and I realized that, okay, I should have at least one freestyle that at any time, if someone come with a beat, I am able to not look like I'm ridiculous. And that started from that, and I released a mixtape like last year.
Yeah.
And now I'm enjoying so bad. I did a few lives here in Cebu.
Yeah.
I had so much fun, and that's it. And so I'm waiting for this one to be healed, to be able to record again and to practice again.
Yeah, so Flo actually performs. So if you catch him, say hi. He's a very nice guy, but he also raps really good. And some of your rap songs also have Filipino language in them, right?
Yeah, yes. We're trying actually to have like inspiration from here, like stories that you lived in the Philippines and that are like a little bit kind of crazy, and we just wanted to adapt it in a music. That's why we have a song with one of my friends that you know very well, and that we really made about the nightlife in Cebu, and that is literally based on our experience here. And that's how we get that, to use Filipino vocabulary, of course, to have like a little like, hey, did you say?
Did he say, he did say that word?
But I cannot say the word but yeah, this kind of thing.
I see. So you now have your own chiropractic practice here in the Philippines. Would you like to tell our audience about, where you are, how can they find you, how can they contact you?
Siempre. So we are working right now in either medical aesthetic clinic. I have been working here for a long time. I started really to get used to Filipinos. I really specialized myself into complicated cases. That's really what I like.
Yeah.
Bring me neurological cases. What I prefer will be like to avoid the surgery.
Yeah.
I really love that, and that's actually my favorite style of patient. But I actually can do anything. If you are young, if you are old, if you are an athlete, if you are disabled, there is absolutely not any change for me, and we will try to do our best to actually improve your posture. If what you are looking for are your sports performances to improve, I will help you for that by analyzing x-ray, posture, how you walk, how you move, to be able to improve all of that. If you are, like, let's say a teenager, your parents are scared that you have maybe a scoliosis or posture problem, I will analyze, it can be with an x-ray or not, depending on the case, and we'll try to see if there are development problems to make sure to correct it as much as possible with chiropractic, with exercises. It can be with other, depending on what is going on. And let's say that really come here, get an assessment that doesn't like it's not at least we will have to make this one again.
Yeah.
Make an appointment. Just there doing it. The place is wonderful. You are really in good hands. And the last advice that I can give you is you will discover so many things about your posture, about what you are doing that can be wrong or right, and that will literally change your life.
Okay, last question, Flo. Do you have any advice for expats wanting to move and settle here in the Philippines?
You need really to spend a few weeks at least here.
Yes.
First, before you decide or not. I would say that Cebu, it's not like the same. It's not the same at all like the rest of the Philippines. Cebu is really a particular microcosm place. It's a particular place. The people are different from the rest of the Philippines, and so me, I would say, guys, you need to try. This country is really amazing. It's much for some people. But if you like the sun, adventure, and to be with nice people, you need to try. You need to try.
Yeah.
That's my advice. Try it.
Thank you so much, Flo, for agreeing to do this.
My pleasure.
Yes, and if you have any, if you have any problems, and if you're curious about visiting a chiropractor, they're located at Margate Building at the second floor in Banilad area in One Paseo, right? One Paseo.
Yes, it's not One Paseo. It's across Streetscape.
Across Streetscape.
Across Streetscape, near the entrance of Maria Luisa. Like, you cannot mistake. And I really advise you to at least inquire. You can also follow me on social media. Doc Flo Chiropractic on Instagram. And I think it's Doc Flo as well on Facebook. So don't hesitate. I'm posting a few videos to inform you about chiropractic and to tell you some advices about your posture, on how to work and being comfortable at the same time. So
thank you so much again, Flo. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much for watching, guys.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to hear about stories and tips about immigration and living here in the Philippines. Till next time. Bye.